You know, they're Swedish Medical Center. Thank you so much for being with us, Doctor.
Yeah, thank you.
So we were just chit-chatting during the break, and it's so interesting because when you think of eating disorders, you think of anorexia or bulimia, but you don't talk about compulsive eating, but this is another eating disorder as well.
Right, right. I think that when people think of someone with an eating disorder, they're oftentimes thinking of someone that's really malnourished or someone with bulimia and they're binging and purging, but the most common eating disorder is binge eating disorder. And it's also known as compulsive overeating.
So what are the triggers of something like that?
So there's a lot of different triggers.
And alcohol and alcoholism, and I feel like when you go to treat something like an alcoholism, you abstain from alcohol. But if you're treating something like a compulsive eating disorder, how do you treat that? I mean, we can't just abstain from food. What do you do?
Right. We definitely need food to live, to survive. So
when it comes to this, how do you know if there is a problem there? Because there's a difference between going home on a Friday and saying like, I had a bad day, I want to eat this thing of Oreos, or saying, okay, maybe there's an issue here and I need to seek some help.
Yeah,
there are long-term implications if this isn't taken care of. What are those implications for eating disorders when it comes to... So this is the perfect time to meet our pet of the week. This is Yukon, but first some good news. Now we want to meet our pet of the week, Tootsie, and she is so sweet. But first, some good news. Our pet last week, Spot, was adopted, so great news there. Joining us now, Amanda Anderson with Seattle Human. To have this tough conversation, but necessary conversation, Bridget Burgess, a certified financial planner and client advisor at Laird Norton Wealth Management. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So $62,000 is a lot of money. It sounds like a lot of money. So what do we need to know now to prepare?
Well, it's true, $62,000.
So I know we were sort of chit-chatting during the break. I know this is a tough conversation. We mentioned that, and I feel like it's a conversation that no one ever wants to have. So I'm glad that we're talking about this. But what should you have in order when it comes to your estate and your will? What types of things do we need to think about here?
It's
responsible for something like
exactly.
Thank you so much for being with us. This is really it's really important information, Bridget. Really glad to have you here, and would love to have you back on to talk about this even more.
I'd love to. Thank you.
Thank you.